Hi, welcome to the session. And we are meeting for the second time today. Still, I would like to have your introduction here, please.
Yeah, sure. Hi, so I would love to introduce myself. As you know, my name is Mohammad Tariqul Islam and I'm from Bangladesh. Uh, I have completed my master's in political science and now I'm working on my communication skills. Like I have a small YouTube channel which I upload conversational videos and yeah, I love to meet with uncharted people like who are from different countries and different cultures. Yeah, I think it's pretty much about me.
Okay, that's great. Nice to hear about you at the second time. Okay, so do you want my introduction as well?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm Meenakshi from
Mm-hmm.
Uttarakhand. I'm pursuing my master's degree in English literature as well as I'm running a YouTube channel. When it comes to my hobbies, so I have several interests. A
Mm-hmm.
few of them are like reading books and sometimes I love making arts. Those are Uttarakhand urban arts. So that's all about me. I would
Okay.
like to know about you actually, because we are meeting second time, and I really want to know about your learning journey. Earlier, when we connected, I remember that you told me something about learning journey, that how one person can improve their English, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
really want to know about your journey, that what you are implementing in your journey to improve your English or fluency.
Okay, so it's a natural question. Okay, so we all knows that English has a four pillars like listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So without these four pillars, nowadays I am trying to having two, three habits. Which one is shadowing practice, one is narrating a story. Oh, okay, I take two to three lines from the story books, then I try to narrate those story. That is how, and one is thinking 24/7 because I have heard that one thing which is English has no time limits. Okay, because sometimes we see some of videos that if you practice 10 minutes or 30 minutes in a day, then you can improve yourself. I think it's not possible to give 10 minutes or 20 minutes in a day, then you can automatically fluent in this language. I think it's quite impossible and it's too difficult. So in these days, now I am trying to implement these three habits in myself. That is how now I am trying to improve myself.
Okay. I also personally believe that if you are giving as much as time you are giving to your practicing, you will
Mm-hmm.
become fluent as early. Okay, so you will become fluent early, I would like to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just mentioned about thinking process because whenever someone is your process, I would like to know your process.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get your question because your videos was stuck.
Okay. All right. So is it stable right now?
Now is it stable? Yeah.
So, as you mentioned that you have been thinking in English 24/7, okay? So, I would
Mhm.
like to know your process, your own process, that how you think in English 24/7, because this thing really can help any beginner to think in English, because we always hear from many people that you have to think in English if you really want to improve your English. Because I
Mhm.
think this is the first pillar of learning any language, thinking in English.
Mhm.
So, can you please explain your process?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So sometimes we see that, okay, if you like translate your native language. Okay, my native language is Bengali. Okay, first I think like some of things when in front of my eyes. Okay, that time I think that yeah, this is called glass or this is called fan in Bangla. Okay, so that after that I try to translate those English words. Okay, so that is how now I am trying to improve. And one more thing is okay, so whenever I uh, take leisure time or I sit in front of any kinds of things, okay, in front of me, okay, that time I start to translate those sentence and those words and try to narrate those sceneries Okay, so that is how now I am thinking 24/7.
Okay, I completely resonate with the situation because earlier I was also tend to think in my native language first. I used to
Mm-hmm.
think in Hindi, even though
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to think in English, but naturally my mind was always in around Hindi. So,
Mm-hmm.
but if you have thought in your mind that you need to think in English, so I think this is the natural way of processing your mind towards thinking in English. First, you will think in your native language. After some times, I think you are able to think in English language,
English,
right?
yes. Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so you want to say that this is natural. If someone has any doubt that they are thinking in their native language, how they can
Mm-hmm.
think in English. So I think initially it is natural to think in their native language, but after some times you have to put efforts into it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to remind your mind that you need to think in English if you really want to improve your English. So after some times you will be able to think in English
Mm-hmm.
naturally.
Yes,
All
ma'am,
right.
because without native language, I think it's difficult to think in English. Because
Mm-hmm.
first, yeah, your mind goes to your native language, then you can get the English language, I can say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, apart from this, I would like to know what do you do by profession?
No, by profession, I'm a job seeker right now. I'm trying to
Okay.
get a government job and I'm trying to study.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mhm.
So, one general question I would like to know because I feel that if someone will ask you, like, what is the main reason of being not happy of anyone? Okay. So, I think regret and anxiety are two options
Mhm.
these can have.
Mhm.
And what someone can do for removing this anxiety and the regret in their life and why it occurs first, regret and anxiety.
Okay. I think it may be it could be the reason behind that. Okay, so regret and anxiety. Sometimes we compare ourselves with others. Okay, that is how we create a regret and anxiety. So let me give an example. Okay, before 3 or 4 months back, some of my friends posted pictures on Facebook. Okay, to her to his success story. Okay, so that time I felt also anxiety and regret because of his success, because I think that we are same age and nowadays he is so much success and he has a lot of money. So that is how I started to compare with my friends. Okay, that is how I got regret and anxiety. And one more thing is like which is really important in our life, to don't compare with others or don't compare with your friends, don't compare with your elder brothers. Okay, so that is how you can you can get demotivated with their success, because success doesn't means that it will come to you early. Okay, it depends on person to person, because whenever one person, whenever you see some of persons is really successful, okay, it's the time, it's time for her to success, yeah, in their life, but it's not your time. Okay, you have to keep that kinds of patience. That is how you can remove your regret and anxiety, I would say.
Mm.
And you should,
Exactly.
you should come.
Okay, I also feel that regret and anxiety, I think, comes whenever we waste our time. In simple words, okay. So
Mhm.
suppose I'm wasting my present time right now. So
Mhm.
that means I will regret in the future that I didn't do. For example, let's say you are setting an alarm for tomorrow,
Mhm.
4 a.m. But tomorrow you will hit the snooze button and
Mhm.
oversleep. So you will feel regret after waking up, after oversleeping,
Mhm.
because you set something, some goal for yourself within those hours that you had to complete, but you didn't complete that. So
Mhm.
definitely you feel regret and anxiety as well. I think these are the main this is the main reason that we waste our time, and after that we just regret. And then when we don't get success at the time when we decided,
Mm-hmm.
so we feel that we compare ourselves automatically to others, as you told me,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yes.
have also experienced the same thing. But right now, I'm just keeping away myself from such kind of things, because right now I don't want to waste my present time, so that I
Mm-hmm.
can't feel that regret and anxiety in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we compare ourselves with others. Okay. We
yes.
see their success. We see their like
So the
stories.
situation not only like leads to comparison others, I think it also leads to your low confidence as well. Because if you don't
Mm-hmm.
get knowledge at the time, when you have the time, then definitely you will feel lack of confidence,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, of course.
Mhm. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me.
Yes, I have like couple of questions. Which one is like last few days before I have seen your videos with like Karishma Chauhan, right?
Yes.
And that video was fabulous, and I have seen a lot of changes on yourself. So how did you get that much of changes?
I personally feel that I need to work on. Still, I need
Mm-hmm.
to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think somewhere I'm practicing regularly. Because
Okay.
of that, my fluency is improving, I think so. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm quite conscious about my conversation, that I am mindful about that, what I'm going to express.
Mm-hmm.
So, communication is just about expressing your thoughts, your situations. So, I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to express as much as I can express.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this thing is helping me, I think so.
Okay. So do you do shadowing practice?
I don't do shadowing regularly, but I practice speaking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like real life based situational sentences I or paragraph I give ChatGPT, and after that, from the corrected version at
Mm-hmm.
intermediate level, I practice on that. I practice for example, I practice for one particular sentence
Mm-hmm.
and try to make some alternative of it in
Mm-hmm.
past, future, or interrogative sentences. So this is how I'm practicing. But I think shadowing is also helpful. Shadowing is very much helpful to get the fluency. I
Mm-hmm.
want to implement it for the regularly, but right now I'm not doing it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say yes, I should do it.
Okay. And like what about books? What about reading books?
Yes, nowadays I have implemented that habit. I
Mm-hmm.
think earlier when I was talking to you during that session, I told you I am not reading any books. So I don't know. Naturally, I was not habitual to read book at that time, but right now I have cultivated this habit. I
Mm-hmm.
read book every day. I don't say I read one chapter in one day, but I
Mm-hmm.
try to read at least 2 to 3 pages so that I can understand it deeply. So this is helping me. And yes, this is opening my mind too.
Okay. So yeah, sometimes some of YouTubers always suggest that you need to read books. That is how you can like implement a lot of words in yourself and a lot of sentences in yourself. Okay, so that is how you can improve. But would you please suggest some books or storytelling books? Which type of books do
Yeah.
you read in these days?
Definitely, I would like to share with you. Like
Mhm.
nowadays, what I'm reading, this is You Become What You Think. This is.
You
And this
become
is
what you
written by
think.
Shubham Kumar Singh, and very easy written book. And this is very
Mm-hmm.
much helpful if you are going to read this book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are simple chapters: how to be mindful, how to be cautious while speaking. So these kind of chapters are in this book. So you can read such kind of books, because right now we need this motivation, right? How to think in English mindfully, and how to be conscious while speaking, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from this, I would say storytelling. I just follow storytelling from ChatGPT only. I don't read any particular book for storytelling. So
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is, I would say that if someone really wants to improve their English just by reading books, I think they should uh, pick some helpful book, self-help books first,
Mhm.
like I'm reading. Yes, I would suggest that. So, are you reading any books?
In these days, I'm reading like storytelling books, story books, especially children's books, because they use like simple sentence and simple words. So I think it's understandable for beginners
Mhm.
who wants to really learn English. So I think it's quite understandable for children books.
Yes, I
Okay.
understand.
Okay, so whenever we like reads a story, whenever we reads like self-help books, that is how we can get a lot of like fancy words, a lot of advanced words. So how did you solve those words?
Well, I would say it's quite challenging to use those words in your conversation first, but
Mm-hmm,
you need practice for that. Like as I told you, whenever I get any new sentence structure, although that is any word, okay,
mm-hmm,
so you have to make some sentences, alternative sentences, and your own sentences from
mm-hmm,
any particular word. And if you are reading book continuously, don't leave. Okay, let's say first, if you have picked only one book, okay, so you have
mm-hmm,
to complete that book at least. Otherwise, it's not going to help you because in the starting phases, maybe you will encounter some new words, some new vocabulary, new sentences.
mm-hmm,
And if you are reading that book continuously or completely, you will get the same word again and again several times. So it will be helpful for you to
mm-hmm,
recall the words for a longer period of time or for a long period of time. You can use them
mm-hmm.
easily after that.
Okay, so as a beginner, okay, whenever we try to learn some new words, okay, at first we try to like 20, 25, and 30 words in a day. Okay, so I would like to know like from you, what is your advice to the beginner that who wants to really improve their words? Okay, so and how many words in a day they should take?
I think, okay, my experience on it when I started my YouTube channel as a
Mm-hmm,
beginner, so I picked some vocabulary. Okay, I posted all vocabulary videos in shorts. So
mm-hmm,
I used to pick one vocab with few examples. Like I didn't pick any advanced or intermediate level words.
okay,
So I just pick
mm-hmm,
like how you can nearly in your sentences. Okay,
mm-hmm,
instead of almost nearly, or you can say like emphasize or some simple words. You can choose simple words.
mm-hmm,
And I really would like to advise one thing because earlier I didn't do that. You can, if you are picking 10 to 15 words, 15 simple words,
mm-hmm,
just give prompt to ChatGPT, write a short story using these simple words. Okay.
mm-hmm,
So ChatGPT will write down that a short story using those 10 to 15 words, then you can practice on that.
mm-hmm,
After practicing, like practice means it doesn't mean that you have to read out it thoroughly at one time. You have to
mm-hmm,
practice with every sentence several
mm-hmm.
times because as a beginner it's uh, challenging to tell a story after reading somewhere. Okay, you have
Yes.
to read, maybe you have to memorize at the very first time. Okay, you have to
Mm-hmm,
memorize some sentences, but if you are memorizing and then after 2 or 3 days you are reading that sentence anywhere, it will feel
mm-hmm,
more easier to pronounce, to say that sentence. So
mm-hmm,
I think with storytelling you can learn some new words. So don't use fancy words at the very first, I would say to the beginners. Just
mm-hmm.
use simple words. Try to use simple words.
Okay, so they can take like 5 to 10 words in a day. Is it normal?
Yes, they, of course, this is normal, but only one day, using only one day. those words is not enough. I feel so. You have to use those words for 2 to 3 days with your sentence structures, with your storytelling. Then I think it will be helpful for you.
Okay,
But
okay.
I would suggest one more thing, because as a beginner we feel overwhelmed with this in the situation because of
Mm-hmm.
many people suggest that you have to read books for improving English. You have to tell a story and everything you need to do. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
would like to say that just pick one book as well, because earlier I didn't do that. So I would like to suggest to the beginners that you can pick the book early, as much early as you can. That will be helpful for you,
Mm-hmm.
because you will encounter those words those you are memorizing or practicing with. You will encounter those words in the books. So
Okay.
I think this is beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as a beginner, we should take 5 or 10 words. Then we need to implement at least 2 to 3 days on those words, right?
Yes, 2 to 3 days, but just uh, think about only simple words, not don't go with advanced word first. Otherwise you will be frustrated so early.
Mhm. Yes, I got it. Yeah, because when I have started my journey, okay, so that time I feel a lot of I feel a lot of situations that comes. Okay, so there was no way to learn this language, and there was no way to like learn a lot of words. Okay, so yeah, I felt that kind of problem. So that's why I asked you that a beginner should take at least two to like I thought you said that you need to take 2 to 3 words, then you need to implement those words. Okay, but you have said 10 words. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's completely up to you, because everyone has their own pace and potential, I think, to learn the language.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take only 2 to 3 words throughout the day, you can take 2 to 3 words, but uh, learn them thoroughly. Learn them
Mm-hmm.
mindfully. That is
Mm-hmm.
important. Okay.
Okay.
Taking 10 to 15 words is not necessary, but if your potential is to learn 10 to 15 words, that is also good. So I
Mhm.
wanted to say this.
Okay. So do
And
you
I would
do?
say,
Yeah, you go ahead.
I would like to add one more thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because as a beginner, I have also done the same thing. Like, I picked one activity for 15 to 20 days initially, then I left that.
Mm-hmm.
Then that affected my fluency and my learning journey. So I would like to suggest one more thing. Uh, do remember consistency always. Consistency is needed in this journey.
Yeah,
Do you think?
consistency is the key to success.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you were asking something.
I forgot.
Okay, no worries. So, because this is actually, I don't schedule any meeting in morning hours. I
Mm-hmm.
just dressed up my son and sent him to the school.
Okay.
Otherwise, me and my husband drop him in the school. So today, just my husband went, and this is the morning hour. So I need to work in the kitchen as well, because of a shortage of time. I can't continue this meeting for a long
Okay.
period of time. If
Mm-hmm.
you have any question, you can ask me one question.
Okay, so like I think yesterday I had a session. So okay, so all I also asked this type of questions with co-learners, and I would love to ask you that what is forgiveness means to you?
Forgiveness. All right. Forgiveness. Let me think about it. Okay. So I would say that we all are self-centered person. I don't know
Mhm.
that word is correct or not. Self-centered person. We always think
Okay.
about ourselves. Okay. We don't think that what we say to others. We always think that they have said something to us, something to ourselves, and we are affected from that. But I feel if any situation is being spoiled, it means you both have done something, something or the other. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you need
Mm-hmm.
to think. about both of you, what you have done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think being how to say that being kind is crucial
Mm-hmm.
in this situation, because if someone is doing something to you, you don't need to think that I won't forgive him like this. Okay, you can forgive, either you can forgive others or you can just stay silent. So yes, I would like to say this.
Okay, so let's take a situation, like someone, like your beloved one. Okay, they also hurt you deeply. They hurt you, and he was broken your trust. So that time, what will you do? Do you forgive them or not?
I think giving another chance to anybody is a first priority. I think it
Okay.
should be first priority,
Okay.
because we all do something or the other every time. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel there should be one more chance.
Okay, there should be one more chance. Yeah, and one more thing, which is like from your side, forgiveness is difficult or easy?
I feel forgiveness is a time consuming thing, and because you need to think a lot about it for some period of time, whether you should forgive them or not. Okay.
Okay, so
But you,
do you forgive anyone easily, or it's quite difficult for you?
of course, initially it's difficult as
Mm-hmm.
being human.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult because it is in our nature, we don't forget easily.
Mm-hmm.
And we think about that situation a lot. So we may take time, but I think, as I told you, that being kind is always good. So just forget the situation
Okay.
and give another chance. So
Okay.
I think forgiveness means is giving another chance. If someone is doing again that thing, then I think there shouldn't be any kind of forgiveness.
Okay. So do you think if you forgive someone, then it will help you to keep your mental satisfaction?
Definitely, it helps. It helps. You
Okay.
can focus much more whatever you want to do, uh, because you feel separated after forgetting to others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can concentrate completely on the work.
Okay. So like earlier you mentioned that you told me one of question. Okay, so what is anxiety, and one more thing, what was that?
Regret.
Anxiety or
Regret.
regret? Okay, so in anxiety or regret, that is how you can improve your anxiety and regret. Okay, by
In which
forgive
area
to
would you
forgive
like to?
someone, to forgive someone, then it will help
Mhm.
you to your mental satisfaction. Okay, then you can
Mhm.
remove your regret and like anxiety, I can say.
Okay.
It could be the yes, it could be the reason that.
Okay, sure. I would like to answer it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if someone has done something to you and you don't want to forget them, sorry,
Okay.
forgive them.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, you will be a overthinker of the situation. Why they
Mm-hmm.
have done this and uh, why did why he has done this like this. Okay, you will
Mm-hmm.
be overthinker person and you don't want to forgive them easily. So
Okay.
it will definitely lead an anxiety and I won't say, maybe regret as well, that I
Yes.
am with such kind of person,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like this. But after taking time, I know initially it's quite difficult to forgive anyone, but you can take time by seeing all the situations around you. You can think about all the things, how it can affect to others or how it can affect your life too.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, at a point, you can forgive them to focus on your study or whatever you want to do.
Yes. When we keep angry on anyone or any person, okay, that time we feel a lot of anxiety, and we feel that I want to take revenge, okay. So that is how like it also like uh, hamper our studies, or hamper our anything you can do. It will also hampered because of the anxiety, because of the regret, and because of the uh, like angry on that person, okay. So that's why I think we should practice to forgive someone, okay. That is how we can give our mental
Exactly.
satisfaction, and that is how
Exactly.
we can be happy in the future.
If you want a mental peace, you really need to be kindful about it. Earlier, I
Mhm.
used to watch some videos from that was, I think the channel name was Buddhism. And they usually tell like Buddhism, yes. Buddhism. You can search it on the YouTube,
Okay.
and he speaks so well. I was watching that video just to improve my English. He speaks so slow and very uses very simple words in his conversation. Okay, he
Mhm.
usually tells about being mindfulness and how to be kind like this. I
Mhm.
watched such kind of videos and observed the things from there. So this is coming from there only.
Yes,
And
yes.
yes, and after listening to them, I really realized it that yes, this should be implemented in one's life. It is helpful.
Mhm.
It is helpful to make you focused in your journey.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm so sorry because
Mhm.
a
No
shortage
problem.
of time, and it's
Mhm.
time. My husband is this time. My husband goes to the office, so I need to work in the kitchen.
Okay, okay, no problem. Thank you for your valuable time, and it was a lovely conversation to you. Okay,
Thank
so
you
thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Nice. It was nice talking to you. Okay,
Mhm.
bye. Have a good
Thank you.
day. Bye.